Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and welcome you to my computer's popping up already, to my live session for Gemini. So tomorrow, or actually tonight, we're going to start to see Gemini high in the sky. Caster and Pollux are going to take their place in supporting us in gaining a better understanding on what May, June is going to bring you. Now, Gemini is an air sign, so that's why we have so much extra knowledge floating around. At the same time, we have the twins. Now, if you know a Gemini, or if you are a Gemini, you know how many balls that are in play during this time. Gemini can be a really hard energy to embrace because it does swing. There are times that Caster and Pollux, they agree on things. And there's more times than not that Caster and Pollux don't agree on things. So then you have these twins fighting. That push and pull of Gemini can be really challenging. There are ways that we can overcome some of that push and pull, helping to ground us so that we're able to get out of that kind of chaotic, busy energy and gain the knowledge, that insight that we can really use. And that's what I want to look at today. Sure, there's going to be a lot happening during the reign of Gemini. Starting off with next week, later this week, we're going to start to see that full flower moon energy come in. On top of the eclipse, then we move into Mercury retrograde, and then we have the solar eclipse, which I believe is in Mercury retrograde too. So we're going to have lots of balls flying everywhere. I want to give you guys the tools. I want to give you guys the guidance to really use this time to your advantage. We want to get our head above that busyness so that we can move ourselves forward. We don't want to get kind of pummeled about in this energy, because like anybody who's dealt with the Gemini, it can be a challenge. However, with the right tools, we can lessen that challenge. In today's reading, I have the Crystal Visions Tarot. I absolutely adore this. It's such a beautiful deck. It lends a lot of very clear imagery, and it has a very grounded feel to it. And I've paired it with the Energy Oracle. Again, it has very easy imagery to connect with, so it's easier to kind of see what the cards want to share. And that's an important part, whether you're a reader or if you are just watching. We want to be able to have that connection, because even as somebody who is a participant or viewing the reading, you're going to gain insight, ahas from your high vibrational team. You just need to be open to them. Because sometimes that information, I won't lie, it's against the norm of what we're dealing with. We want to take that information and start to work with it, tease it out, and see how you can use it in your everyday, especially if it's against the norm. So without further ado, I'm going to shuffle the cards. Now, I always do my Patreon reading before this reading, and the cards are flying around. So I'm hoping against hope that it stays on the table. What insight, wisdom, and guidance can we share with my friends to embrace the wisdom and guidance that Gemini has to share? They're being very good, because I had cards everywhere. I enjoy it when they get excited. It really shows that they're into this reading. But at the same time, I was like, okay, now I got to climb under my desk. Cards are everywhere. And then I always have this fear that I'm going to miss one. Justice. She's the 11th card in the Major Arcana. very black and white. We're going to need that black and white. Like I said earlier, Caster and Pollux likes to keep things a-going. That push and pull of the twins can be a challenge. The more grounded and clear-cut we are with ourselves, the more we're going to get out of this. We don't want to be over pushy or over direct with others. This isn't about others. This is about us. We need to be direct and clear with us so we can make some decisions for our greater interest, our best good. It doesn't matter about the others right now. Think of it as a different avenue, if you will. This is very much about what you can do for you. All right. The more grounded you are, the more stable you are, the more you're going to embrace justice. And justice is a gatekeeper. And that gatekeeper is really what we need right now. Stepping up and out of what we're currently dealing with into something that's going to be more beneficial. It's going to be in the quote unquote right track. It gets us out of some of this gunkiness. And I love how there's a little stream in this card. It gets us onto that higher vibrational track. This intuitional energy, it's going to be needed. We need to use our head. We have the sword of truth here. And our higher vibrational self to help step us up and out and through this rite of passage that the Justice card offers you. So, how do we do that? Let's look at that. We have more cards. The Knight of Swords. I won't lie. When I saw this deck and I saw this card, I'm like, I love this card. We've got the Pegasus. We have the little crystal orbs here. It's spot on for me. So the Knight of Swords. Again, really reconfirming. We need to use our head, not our heart center, to drive us forward. It doesn't matter what we're going to face. We need to take that deep breath, using our head, our knowledge to push us forward. Knowing that that sword of knowledge, of truth, is with us. We just need to take it out of its holster and let it guide us forward. And this knight, I love knights. They're that adolescent no fear energy. We all had it, different degrees, but this is the balls to the walls boys energy. This is the Knight of Swords. In the knights, Pamela Coleman Smith had these knights in varying stages of motion, whereas this guy was running headlong into a storm because that was the right thing he needed to do. Then you go forward and through the different knights, and the Knight of Pentacles isn't moving at all. But we got the balls to the walls. That's kind of what we need to do. Sure, there's going to be fear. Our ego is not going to like this. It's not like your ego is going to go, oh, what a great idea. Let's change. Yeah. It's going to bring up fear. It's going to bring up that pain. We need to take that deep breath for us, helping us move forward. The Lovers, and using it to our advantage. So my friends who are looking for love, Caster and Pollux is bringing you some amazing, amazing opportunities to embrace that. Giving you opportunities to allow that energetical self, your energetical signature, to amplify and flourish. For my friends who are in a relationship, it's time to take this Caster and Pollux energy and let that relationship grow. It doesn't matter what stage of relationships you're looking at, whether it be searching for one or you are with your twin flame soulmate. It doesn't matter. It all is the same thing. We're going to be given opportunities to work on those relationships, should we want. It's not going to be a yes, here you go, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. This is opportunities for growth and development in your relationship, because that growth and development is going to support you with this rite of passage, moving forward into a higher vibrational space. What's more, the relationship that you're looking at here, you're not just looking at any relationship. We're looking at a relationship that is going to be positive, balanced, and will encourage you to grow. I have many friends who are not in that situation. It's time to look at how you need to bring in some supports and look at how you can go forward, whether it's in that relationship or not. We always are connected in with people, whether it be for a short time or a long time. The duration is really up to you and them. Know that a relationship should be positive. It should be nurturing. It should encourage you to thrive, to grow, to experience, and it should bring you joy. It should bring you up. If you're not in that relationship, what do you need to do to support you in either helping to foster a rebalance in that relationship? So through communication, through dialogue, or what other steps do you need to bring in? Who do you need to connect with? Don't forget, we were never meant to do this journey alone. We were meant to work together so that as a whole, humanity can survive and thrive. So taking stock. And I am not encouraging people to end relationships or move off and forward. What I'm saying is we need to take stock and what is in your greatest and best good. Because I can tell you, Caster and Pollux will help you find that information. They will help you to create a plan on how you can go forward, how you can possibly foster and nurture your current relationship, how you can find that relationship, should that be in your best interest. I know a lot of people see the lovers and they're like, oh, yay, I'm going to get my soulmate. Possibly, but not always. Sometimes it's about fostering that relationship that you currently have because your soulmate is currently doing something and experiencing something that they needed to do. So, no matter what your relationship status is, we have that ability to gain more insight and knowledge on it, on how we can move it forward for the greater good of all. The 9 of Pentacles. I love this card. It really kicks up the Garden of Eden and brings in your pet tiger and your peacock. Just love it. So, of course, the 9 of Pentacles is an abundance card. It talks about all that you've been able to achieve and all the abundance that has grown from your hard work. We have the beauty and ornation, the ornate and beautiful peacock, and that very proud and powerful tiger. Amazing symbols on how not only have you been able to achieve in your lifetime, how you've been able to do it in your own way while still being able to fight the battles you need. So the 9 of Pentacles talks about, well, firstly and foremostly, the need to be grounded. You want to thrive, you want more abundance, you want this rite of passage. Ground yourself, then ground yourself again, and then continue. Oh, yeah. Grab your crystal, carry it with you. Use your tools and your supports to help ground you, because Caster and Pollux is going to add a little bit of push and pull into this. It's not going to be as easy as what I'm talking about. So the crystal I'm holding, this is of course tiger iron. It's a fantastic, phenomenal grounding crystal. In my earlier reading, I tried to find my black obsidian, but I think one of my kids may have borrowed it. I may have to go find your crystals again. So anything black, anything red, that's going to resonate with your root chakra. We need to be focused in on that root. You don't need to go out and buy a whole bucket load of crystals. If you don't have any, it's okay. There are other ways. I've got a number of meditations on both my Healing with the Archangels playlist and my Just You and Me playlist that cover grounding, they cover stability. Use them to your advantage. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. And yes, I have meditative playlists. I actually now have 3 of them. And these are tools for you. They're all guided. My 2 playlists I spoke about, my Healing with the Archangels and my Just You and Me playlist, they're all 30 minutes long and they're free. All my meditations are. There's no strings attached. I don't ask you to go find a supporter or a Patreon or someone who's giving me anything. This is just for you because we need these tools now more than ever. My 3rd playlist is one I brought out actually earlier in this month, and it's a short and sweet meditation, which is 5 to 10 minutes long. And that's really a tool to help you up and over a challenge that you're facing. So grounding meditations, fantastic. Really help with that stability. If you do not have crystals, you can use things that you have around the house. I know, it's crazy, right? Things like cinnamon, nutmeg. Those are very grounding, earthy scents. And most of us have it in a spice cabinet. Or we moved out on our own and mom gave us a spice rack that we don't know what to do with. But yeah, they're there. Use those to your advantage. You can add in, if you have like even a reusable tea ball or something like that, you can add in cinnamon, nutmeg. Make your coffee or tea have a very spicy hint to it in the morning. And of course, if you have like a coffee maker or something like that, you can just add the cinnamon into your ground coffee. Same with nutmeg. That grounding energy will be with you in your drink. It's crazy, right? So easy to do. Again, you can cook with those spices. You're looking at herbs and spices that come from the ground. They have that very earthy connection. If you're into flowers, there's a whole bunch of flower essence that would help. I am not a big flower essence person. But that doesn't mean it's not out there. You use the tools that are meaningful for you to support you. We need to be grounded so we are stable in this kind of stormy seas, if you will. I'm really seeing, and I would laugh if he's in there, but I'm seeing the King of Cups. He's sitting on a very stable plateau with the water going all around him. We need that stable plateau. We need to create it within ourselves. So using the tools that we have right at hand to do so, we're able to really make those choices for our greater good, our highest vibration, and embrace the opportunities that come with Gemini, that come with the upcoming eclipses. And yes, that come with, of course, the Mercury retrograde. I know it's crazy, but there are opportunities in Mercury retrograde. We're in the cups, but we've got the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, of course, you're looking at that community. Like I just said, we're not alone. We were never meant to do this journey alone. And we need to access our supports as we need them. And what's more, we need to be there for our supports as they need us. Because without it, we are navigating a storm blindfolded. That external viewpoint can sometimes be amazing aha moments for us. You can go and ask your friends, your close supports? What is it that they're seeing that you need to do? What would they recommend? Take that information at face value. What are they suggesting to you? Write it down. You don't have to do anything about it. You don't need to respond. You can go, really, is that what you're thinking? It's interesting. Even if it is barking mad and you don't want to do it, and it's not something you would necessarily do, being open to it and saying, okay, so that's what, my close friends, my family are thinking. Why are they suggesting that? Reflect on it. Sometimes friends and family have some very strange viewpoints that may be more societal driven than what you want. You can put that down. You can write it down. Okay, so, my mom said this. My best friend said this. What does it mean for you? You got to remember, we're in a zodiac sign of air. Air is knowledge. So let's gain the knowledge. Gain some more viewpoints, knowledge that you can put on the back burner. Why are they saying this? And how does it relate to my journey? How does it relate to me? How will it impact me? The Hanged Man. The 12th card in the Major Arcana. We're looking at the Let It Go guy. It doesn't matter how tied up, how restricted we feel. When we start to get out of our driver's seat that we've put ourselves in, and we start to embrace that universal energy, the guidance of the high vibrational beings, we get out of our head, we get out of our way. I know that's easier said than done. However, I'll give you a couple supports for that. One way we can do that, of course, is through meditation. We're not trying to drive or push ourselves upstream. We're taking time, and the only thing we're focusing in on is our breath. If it's a guided meditation like the ones I give, or that I complete, you're listening to where it is we're going. But we're not trying to paddle upstream. You're getting out of the driver's seat. You're focusing in on your breath. That's why when we do our bigger meditations, I encourage people to have their spiritual binder with them so that they can write down those aha moments, those symbols, those messages. Because many, many times we have them because we're getting out of our head. We're getting out of our way. Another super easy way to start to get out of that expectation, the demands. We take the blinders off so we can embrace all that's around us, is through our creativity. Again, we're focusing in on something we love. We're raising our vibration. We're participating in something that brings us fulfillment and joy. Again, we're raising our vibration even more. Then, on top of that, we are being productive in a high vibrational way because we're doing something we love. Not only are we raising our vibration, we're raising the vibration of everything around us because people see us doing what we love to do, or they see the result of what we love to do, which helps to raise their vibration. It inspires them, which helps to raise our vibration because we see people that we know and care about doing well. So, taking some time and getting into that creative mode. And creativity does not mean arts and crafts. I'm not suggesting you go decoupage something. Creativity means that you're being able to express you in a way that is meaningful for you. I have clients that are mechanics. So when they want to get out of their head, they go tinker on their car. Again, I have clients who are computer programmers. When they want to start to look at that creative endeavor, they start to click away at their keys. Both are right for them. And of course, I have people who I work with that are writers, who are bakers, who are artists. Whatever helps take you out of that stress, that demand, those expectations. Whatever is binding you up is what you need to do. And you don't have to give yourself like days and weeks. You can say, okay, so tonight I'm going to spend an hour and I'm going to engage in something I love to do. Not only does it feed me in my body, mind, and soul, raises my vibration, opening me up to a lot more insight. We're opening up that energetic signature that helps to bring in your soulmate. You're looking at raising your vibration so that you can receive the messages that you need, that you want. And you know when it comes from you that it's part of your role. It's part of your experience and your journey. It also helps you to start to connect into your natural skills and abilities, because everybody has that ability to connect in, receive the message from the high vibration, whether that be from your high vibrational support team or the collective consciousness. We have that ability. We just don't take it. We've shut ourselves down. So it's time to strengthen ourselves. Easy ways to do that, of course, raising your vibration. It's amazing how things are reciprocal. Think of it as a domino effect. As you start to do one thing, well, you see other things start to fall into place. And what's more, when we are focused in on things that are supposed to be, important for us, they're part of our soul's deeper purpose, the universe rewards us. It takes that, whatever it is we do, that little step, and helps us, sliding in the supports that we need, giving us added insight and guidance, those aha moments. How many times have you been in the shower and you're like, oh, that's the solution to the problem I was looking at? Because again, a lot of us, when we're in the shower or when we're taking that hot bubble bath, we're not focusing in on the demands, the expectations, the challenge. We're like, okay, thank God, this feels so good. I love my bath. I love my shower, right? And sometimes we're like, okay, I need to, really wash my hair because it's been a really hard day. Again, we're opening ourselves up. We're not focused in on the challenge. We're focused in on ourselves. We're taking that time with water that helps to cleanse and clear us. And we get those aha moments. Easy ways that we can open ourselves up and gain that guidance. Make some decisions that are for our greater good, which again could be saying, okay, you know what, after this shower, I want to go in and give myself a little bit of extra time and finish off what it was I was doing. Going to finish up that project, or I want to get to this point in that project, or my project may be ready for the second coat, or what have you. You're able to plan forward in a high vibrational way. That's really what Caster and Pollux want you to do. Gain that aha and start to incorporate them in, helping use that knowledge to your advantage. Because if you have the knowledge and do nothing with it, why bother? We need to use and incorporate our knowledge. And it may be one of those things that we need to take time with and we need to nurture and allow to grow because we're dealing with other people. But moving forward, slowly and steadily, so that we have that stable progression. So I'm going to end off on a blessing here. What blessing can my friends embrace during the time of Gemini? And interestingly enough, you've got a lot of course, air signs or air symbols in the lovers. There's these pretty doves. And then Justice is an angel. And we have this beautiful Pegasus. And I know they're not flight birds, but we have peacocks that are still a bird, which still is an air symbol. And we have this beautiful moon. The flower moon is going to be very important. Not only are we looking at a full moon in the divine feminine, yes, there's an eclipse, but the full moon is more than that. I'm going to be doing my full moon reading on Friday because you can start to embrace that energy 2 days before the full moon and then 2 days after. We still have that ability to connect into it. That's going to be important. This card cracks me up. And so is Fabio. So my friends who know who Fabio is, of course, he was the first guy to actually make long hair cool in the, what was it, early 90s. So man holding a coin, really talking about that abundance. The more you're giving back to you, connecting in and allowing you to grow, using this knowledge to your advantage, the more that abundance will come forward. Why? You're not focusing in on the problem. You're not getting swirly stuck, because that's what happens. We start to hyper focus in on things. Our ego starts to bring in that terrible what if. We can't embrace that abundance. We can't embrace insight and guidance from the high vibrational beings because we're stuck. Taking that step back, giving yourself some opportunity to embrace some things that you really enjoy. That bubble bath, that hot shower, some creativity, some meditation. Easy little things, especially the shower. Like most of us shower every day, if not every other day, right? It's something that we automatically do for our physical well-being. Well, we can add in emotional and spiritual as well, especially if you set intention before you go into the shower or bubble bath that you're going to cleanse yourself body, mind, and soul, and that you're going to be open to any insight and guidance that the high vibrational beings want to share with you while you're in your shower, your bath, whatever it is you're about to do. So fantastic. Using what we're doing every day to our advantage. Caring connections. This touches both on the Lovers and the Three of Cups, reminding you that, yeah, things might get challenging. That's okay. But we're not alone. People can care for you and do care for you in varying degrees, as they're supposed to. We just need to use our words and ask for the help that we need. If we don't ask, our friends, our family members, they don't realize that we're struggling. And then they get mad because they're like, well, why didn't you just ask for help? So using our words. And a lot of times, if we don't know why we're struggling or what's going on, you can just say, it's hard right now. I need some help. That little statement goes a long way because people usually take that pause and go, okay, what do you need from me? How can I help? How can we make this better for you? That's an important part. We need those caring connections, and we need to be open to our supports and reciprocating that care and that love. Because again, that balanced, positive relationship goes two ways. Knowing that we're going to be challenged over the next couple of weeks, well, guess what? So were they. These are group readings, and the events, the two eclipses, the Mercury retrograde, that impacts us globally. It's not just on the South Shore, they're going to have this, and then on the North Shore, they're going to have that. And up in Canada, it's snowing. That's not what we're talking about. This is a global thing. So being open to supporting those who need it. Door to personal happiness and health. I love this. The higher our vibration, the more these doors and windows open. You see the abundance. You see the waterfall in the background. Well, Anytime in tarot or oracle you have that water, you have that intuitional energy. We have the bird, again, a symbol of knowledge. And then, of course, you have all this growth, all this lush greenery. We have everything we need. These opportunities open when we take time for us, focusing in on that abundance and what's working. And what's more, how we can push ourselves forward in a way that's going to be high vibrational to create more of these doors to pop open. Like I said, and I will continue to say, these eclipses, Mercury retrograde, the challenges in life, they are giving you opportunities that we don't necessarily always embrace or acknowledge. Why? Because we're so caught up in what's holding us back. We're not allowing ourselves that time, that energy, nor are we giving ourselves permission to embrace the wonders and joy that is in your everyday and that will continue to be in our everyday. We just need to take that deep breath, get out of our head, and allow those doors to start opening for us. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found some insight and some aha moments in what Gemini, Caster and Pollux are going to share with you over the next month. I love doing my zodiac readings because you never know what is going to come forward or happen over the next month. Gemini just has a lot going on for it this month, or well, this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We just need to make sure that we're focusing in on the positive, not so much on that challenge. I'm going to be doing my my full moon reading on Friday. I said that the full flower moon is going to be important. I'll do my live reading on Friday afternoon for that. And then on Sunday, I will be doing my weekly reading. So I hope to see you guys then. And until tomorrow, my friends.